Joining me here today is what I'm calling an all-star team representing both law enforcement and legislators who've come together to address the problems of prescription drug abuse and misuse. The increasing use of prescription drugs, coupled with a lack of any convenient way to properly dispose of it, have really caused a big buildup of prescription drugs that are available in our homes and our medicine cabinets. So it's this easy access to drugs, particularly the highly addictive painkillers, that have led to an alarming increase in the rate of prescription drug addiction and overdoses, particularly among teens. So for years, the common way to dispose of drugs in the home was to flush them down the toilet. So we've now been told by our environmental Department of Environmental Management, please don't flush. It's another takeaway message for today. They've been showing up in our waterways and our fish. So I think this is something that has been addressed in a way that both law enforcement have come together and our legislators to effect a solution. So let me first start by introducing Dennis Wickern from the Drug Enforcement Administration to talk about our second annual drug, what's the name of it?
Take Back Initiative.
Take Back Initiative.
Thank you, Greg. First of all, I want to thank all the partners that are making it happen. Greg's office, the state police, all the other law enforcement agencies, the triads, the demand reduction groups, hazardous waste groups. Without everybody's help, we couldn't pull this off this Saturday. We're fortunate to have 86 different sites in Indiana, 60 different agencies. Last year when we did it, we took in 4,800 pounds within Indiana. I expect to double or triple that this year. I want to thank media for helping us advertise it. There's been a number of media doing stories, and we really look forward to it. The sole goal is to make Indiana a safer place and get these unused medications out of the medicine cabinets, destroyed the best way possible, and to keep them out of the hands of our youth where they're going to make a bad choice. That's it. And Greg, thank you.
We also want to thank our legislators. I think it was overwhelmingly supported in both the House and the Senate. The combination of law enforcement and legislators is represented today with Representative Mann, who former sheriff of his home county of Blackford County, probably knows well the problems of prescription drugs in the streets, and also helped lead the effort here in the legislature.
Thank you, Greg. Good morning. You know, we all know of the positive things that prescriptions can do for us. I think probably everyone in this room at one point in time had a prescription, and it certainly made us better. But as the former sheriff of Blackford County, I've seen the opposite of that, to where I've seen the devastation as to what prescription drugs can do to a person. I've also seen the liability that it can cause for these drugs to be in the homes, and continue to be in the homes. So we've gone too long where nothing could be done, and what we look forward to now is allowing these pharmacies to work in a manner that will get these drugs out of the cabinets, get them where they need to be, and that's properly disposed of. So I was so thankful for the work that was done on this, not only from Greg Zeller's office, but also the professional licensing agencies, the DEA, the Indiana State Police, many organizations that was a part of this. I'd like to thank my co-author, Randy Fry, and as we all know, to get anything done around here, it takes both chambers working together. So Senator Miller, we certainly thank you for all the work as well over in the Senate. So thank you very much.
And after this legislation has been passed, there's rules that are required to be promulgated at the Indiana Board of Pharmacy. And joining us today is Lora Williams to talk a little about the next steps.
Good morning. I am Lora Williams. I'm a past president of the Indiana Board of Pharmacy, and I'm here representing that board. And we want to thank Attorney General Greg Zeller for his leadership on this issue. And we also applaud the Indiana General Assembly for passing this act. This act is probably the most significant thing that we can do to protect Hoosiers from prescription drug abuse. As I'm sure you've all heard before, about 70% of non-medical prescription drug abuse is a result of an individual obtaining that medication from a friend or family member, often trolling through medicine cabinets and getting them unknowingly. This act is going to pave the way to reduce access to those unused and unwanted medications by allowing patients to return those drugs to their pharmacy and get them out of their medicine cabinets and out of the hands of the most vulnerable. With the authority that's granted by this act, the Indiana Board of Pharmacy will soon begin to make rules that will define what an effective drug take-back program looks like. We expect to provide a legal framework for the private sector to engage in consumer-driven take-back programs without the fear of liability. Our rules will address security, transportation, and destruction protocols for the returned prescription drugs, allowing the clinics and the pharmacies to safely and effectively take these drugs back in a clinically and environmentally sound way. This is a huge win for Indiana. Again, we thank Attorney General Greg Zeller for his work, and thank you to the General Assembly for looking out for Hoosiers on this important issue.
Finally, I'll say that last year we had a prescription drug symposium where we brought together law enforcement, the state, local, and federal level, people that are in the pain management profession. We had some legislators attend. We had people that were treating drug addiction. So we brought all these people together to address what are some of the problems and what can be some of the proposed solutions. And from that comes this piece of legislation. And I think to watch the process, you see the type of teamwork and partnership that comes together where I think the best of the legislative process was on display. So I'm been proud to be a participant and watch our legislators in the Indiana General Assembly make us all proud. So with that, we'll take any questions.